Joe Biden gave us another patented Joe Biden moment. I just had to share this with you guys. So he's talking at a gun safety event. So again, the main focus here is gun reform. It's in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. And I'm going to play for you the last minute and 30 seconds or so of the speech because he gave us just, it's a beautiful moment. There's no other word to describe it. It is beautiful. Watch this.
Remember who we are. We're the United States of America. And there's nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. God bless you all and may God protect our troops. We can get this done.
So let me just pause here to point out, in the context of a gun safety speech, to hit him with the God protect our troops line is already a little bit I get it. He probably says it in most of his speeches. He probably doesn't look for a context where it's more appropriate to say that versus where it's not. But already, God protect our troops, to an objective viewer, is going to be like, were we talking about the troops? Are there troops in the audience? What exactly do you mean? God protect our troops. Look, but ultimately, I'll give this one a total pass because he says it all the time, right? He does say it all the time, regardless of the context. Let's continue. It gets better. It's going to slowly but surely start to go off the rails beginning now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean it. Thank you. Now, as some of you know, I'd usually come down and say hi to all of you. They tell me there's a storm coming in. Is that right? Is that still the deal? That's the truth. Now, don't make a lie.
Okay, we're just getting warmed up, y'all.
That scene in the John Wayne movie, don't make me a dog-faced lion pony soldier.
He loves that line, too. By the way, this is the first time I learned that that's from a John Wayne movie. I didn't know that was from a John Wayne movie, but apparently that's a line he loves and he comes back to all the time.
Well, I tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask the White House photographer to come up, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand. I usually shake everybody's hand, but I'm going to stand in front of each section. No, I really mean it. And if you can see the camera, they can see you. And it's the least consequential part of this whole meeting for you. I promise.
So getting a little weird. He's saying, I think what he's trying to say is, look, we're not going to go person for person taking pictures, but I'll stand in front of the row, and then you guys can take a picture from the row. To the best of my ability, I'm trying to interpret what he's saying, and I think that's what he's getting at. In other words, it's not going to be standard. I won't take a picture with every single individual, but I will, give a general, I'll stand by your row, you can take a picture, and then, it's knock out a whole bunch of pictures in one shot. That's what I think he's saying, but now let's get to the best part.
And if you can see the camera, they can see you. And it's the least consequential part of this whole meeting for you. I promise. All right? God save the Queen, man.
God save the Queen, man. Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. We are not worthy. We are not worthy of your greatness.
God save the Queen, man. I promise. All right? God save the Queen, man.
First of all, you're not in England, okay? Second of all, the Queen is dead. The Queen is dead. Third of all, you're at a gun violence event in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. God save the Queen, man. Did he just have a flashback to 1988, going on a trip to the UK? What? Look, I gotta say, most of the time when we talk about Joe Biden and his gaffes, I take a moment to be like, really? This is where we're at in this country. This is one of the two finalists. This is the current president of the United States of America, and he's one of the most likely to continue as the incumbent and be elected again. But honestly, at this point, I'm not even mad at you, Joe. I'm just simply enjoying it. He's getting to the part where, the Trump effect, where after a certain amount of time, everything that dude says just becomes funny. the way he viciously goes after his opponents, the way he misspells words in tweets, the way he posts in all caps, the way he insults people, the way he nicknames people. After a while, with Trump, like at first you're outraged at something. Oh my God. Like when he went after DeSantis the first time, like, whoa, friendly fire. What are you doing going after your own people? Then he does it a second, third, fourth, fifth. By the fifth or sixth time, you're just giggling. You're just like, this is amazing. This is glorious. It's become professional wrestling. Politics in this country is like the WWE, okay? And now I'm at that point with Biden too. Because he can't give an event. He can't do an event without tripping over his dick and saying, like, God save the Queen. It's just randomly out of nowhere, out of the blue. So look, I'm not even mad at you, Joe. I'm just enjoying it at this point. And the other inevitable conclusion that you must reach is this. Republicans got their cheeks clapped in the midterms by a party led by this dude. Do you have any idea how grotesque and disgusting and ridiculous your party must look to get obliterated by a dude who doesn't even know where the hell he is? Do you have any idea? Oh my God, it's so embarrassing, man. This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. You guys got obliterated by this dude. By this dude. So every time they point out all of his gaffes and the fact he can't really talk well, every time they do that, that's more of a self-own than it is an own of Biden and the Democrats. That's what that is. God save the Queen, man. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Filed is right up there with the lick the world comment. Remember that? He ended a speech recently. He stumbled over some words, then he goes, let's lick the world, man. And like I said, I'm pretty good at reading between the lines and trying to surmise what he's actually trying to say. I'm pretty good at that. I'm good at that with almost everybody. Okay, I could see what you're getting at. I don't know what lick the world meant. I have no idea what that meant. Somebody said to me recently, maybe it was like, let's like the world or something, but that's not a phrase either. That's not a thing either. But God Save the Queen it's S tier, man. This is S tier stuff. I enjoy it thoroughly. By the way, an article has now come out since this incident where his own people, his own staffers are like, yeah, he'll say weird stuff like that all the time. We've also heard him randomly say at the end of a meeting, like, God Save the Queen or something like that. By the way, I do file it under platitude politics, right? There's a guy who's so used to giving speeches his entire career where he says generic things like, God bless America and God bless our troops. And this is just one of those standard lines that you go back to. You pull the drawstring on his back and it's like, God protect our troops. God bless Americans. Like, it's these standard lines that you go to. Apparently, God Save the Queen was in the repertoire and he just misfired. So anyway, I can't wait for Biden to end a debate by saying God Save the Queen. It is nothing but hilarious to me. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.